So, you've got a lot of interests that you can't organize and they're starting to overwhelm you? I've got the solution for you. For the past 4 years, I've been experimenting to find the best way to balance multiple passions, as I always tend to get the most out of life pursuits like boxing, going to the gym, writing, filmmaking, etc. In this video, I have filtered down the best techniques I've gathered over the years that have helped me balance multiple passions. You clicking on this video means you have multiple interests and you want to manage them. That's a great sign. Studies have proven that people who tend to have multiple interests tend to be more creative, better at problem solving, and adapt much better to newer situations. However, juggling too many passions can be stressful. Why is that? Well, the best way to succeed in a field is by putting all of your focus in one direction. Let me give you an example to illustrate this point better. Let's say you have 100 units of energy and 100 units of time, and you have, say, 5 major passions and interests you care about, like reading, working out, studying, cooking, writing, etc. If you had to balance and divide your efforts between all of them equally, you'd spread yourself too thin, needing a lot of time to advance in each area. To fix this problem and manage your multiple passions effectively, we need to apply our first solution: prioritization. Prioritizing the important tasks and giving more time and energy to the more important passions will help you progress faster. For instance, if your love for learning music isn't as crucial as working on your business right now, you'll want to put more focus and effort into your business rather than the violin. An extremely useful technique that goes hand in hand with prioritization is called time blocking. This involves separating your day into dedicated blocks for each priority. Time blocking is one of the most famous and proven time management strategies. So, let's say you prioritize working on your business over all others, and you give it 70 of your energy points, while allocating the remaining 30 to other interests. With that concentration investment, you'll undoubtedly progress much faster in your top passions. However, you can't just wing it and say, "I'll work on my business," without a clear plan of action. That's where SMART goals comes into play: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. And by breaking down your whole plan into smaller sections so you can actually measure your progress more precisely and take breaks more effectively. Using SMART goals will also help you in reducing stress about your work, and you'll have a better sense of direction. And it will also prevent burnout. Signs of burnout include feeling overwhelmed, having difficulty concentrating, feeling unmotivated or apathetic towards tasks, headaches or fatigue, feeling exhausted. So, if you are feeling any of these, it's a sign to start readjusting your plan. Maybe it's a bit too hard or complex for your brain to handle it. If that problem arises, you could solve it by breaking down your bigger tasks into smaller tasks and taking longer breaks. The key is to establish a routine that works for your unique blend of passions and responsibilities. Don't be afraid to experiment and make adjustments until you find that sweet spot of productive momentum without burning out. Now, as you're prioritizing your passions, you may feel guilty about having to put some on the back burner temporarily. That's perfectly normal. But don't let that guilt hold you back. Remind yourself that your passions can ebb and flow over time. What's most important now may change down the line. Embrace that flexibility. In fact, looking for synergies between your interests can be a game changer. Find ways to merge your passions into multifaceted projects that feed multiple areas at once. For example, if you love writing and photography, start a visually driven blog that taps into both crafts. The integration approach maximizes your time and creative energy. That said, don't force connections that aren't there naturally. If two passions feel completely disconnected, that's okay. The goal isn't to become a Renaissance person overnight, but to mindfully manage your diverse interests in a sustainable way. As you start implementing these strategies, surround yourself with a supportive community that understands and encourages your multifaceted lifestyle. Reach out to forums, find local interest groups, or connect with friends who share similar juggling acts. Having that network of like-minded individuals can provide inspiration, accountability, and new perspectives. Remember, managing multiple passions is an ever-evolving journey, not a destination. Your priorities, goals, and even core interests may shift as you grow and evolve. That's all part of the beauty of being a multi-passionate person. The key practices to keep in mind are prioritization to avoid being overwhelmed, time blocking for dedicated focus, SMART goals for clarity and progress tracking, and an openness to realign when you feel burnout creeping in. With those foundational elements in place, you'll be able to effectively embrace all those diverse areas that light you up. So go forth, pursue those multitude of passions, and show the world what a powerhouse of creativity and growth you can be when you master the art of juggling multiple interests. The journey will have its ups and downs, But stick with these strategies, and you'll be able to thrive in every arena you're enthusiastic about. It's time to unlatch the limits and let your multi-passionate fire burn bright. As you embark on this journey of juggling your passions effectively, one key mindset shift to embrace is that of being multi-potentialite. This term, coined by author Emil Wapnick, refers to someone who has many different interests and creative pursuits in life. Rather than feeling restrained by societal pressures to pick one true calling, multi-potentialites celebrate their diverse strengths and talents. Adopting this empowering mindset can be incredibly freeing. It gives you permission to unapologetically explore all the areas that fascinate you without getting bogged down by fears of looking unfocused. In fact, research shows that keeping an open mindset and varying your interests can lead to enhanced creativity, innovative problem solving, and sustaining motivation over longer periods. Of course, as a multi-passionate person myself, I understand that constant pull to dive headfirst into every new interest that piques your curiosity. That's why having a structured system like prioritization and time blocking is so crucial. It provides a scaffolding to explore your passions in a balanced, sustainable way without stretching yourself too thin. Another powerful tactic is to set periodic check-in reminders for yourself, whether that's weekly, monthly, or quarterly. During these check-ins, reflect on how well you've been able to devote time to each of your priorities. Identify areas that might need rebalancing or new interests, vying your focus. Adjust your schedule and goals accordingly to align with your ever-evolving aspirations. Remember, the ultimate aim here isn't to be world-class at everything. That's impossible, even for the most passionate polymath. Instead, strive to make consistent progress in areas most vital to you currently, while sprinkling in passion projects that energize your creative spirit. By embracing your identity as a multi-passionate explorer, implementing streamlined productivity tactics, and remaining open to recalibrating as needed, you'll unlock a lifelong journey of growth, fulfillment, and endless curiosity satisfied. The world needs more Renaissance souls like you. So go forth and let your many splendor passions radiate. And if this video helped you, consider subscribing because, well, we have a lot of no bullshit courses upcoming. So stay tuned.